perspective. When I think about Caitlin Clark, the operative word that comes to my mind is gratitude. There's an incredible level of gratitude that should be accorded to this young lady with what she did for the sport.
As close as we'll probably ever get to Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan all over again. And so I foolishly assumed, play the video of Carrington nailing Caitlin Clark.
Think you can handle the pressure of being a WNBA rookie? Try doing it while breaking records, filling arenas, and pushing for better pay for your opponents. That's Caitlin Clark's world right now. Let's see how she's managing it all. Although Clark may be receiving cold shoulder from the veterans, she is being warmly welcomed by the record books. The worst part though is that some of those albums, these aren't the kinds of things you'd like to boast about. Now, we may discuss Clark's first year on the team. In the blink of an eye, this young lady is altering the annals of the WNBA. Even WNBA greats can't match her record-breaking performance. Here's something you might find interesting. In her first year on the team, Clark had 337 assists. It's breaking the previous record. It's not merely a new one. And for what? Over 1,020 points were either scored by her or assisted by her. She's basically balancing the whole squad on her shoulders.
And so I foolishly assumed, play the video of Carrington nailing Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark got you watching the league because it wasn't just her. You wanted to see who eventually she was going to end up going against. She has you transfixed on the entire league. That's why I brought up Michael Jordan and Larry Bird.
But hold on a second. As a rookie, Clark made 122 three-pointers. No other rookie in WNBA history has ever hit more three-pointers than her. It's as if she's attempting to play a video game on an unreleased difficulty level. Things are about to go absolutely bonkers from here. Against the New York Liberty on July 6th, Clark accomplished an unprecedented feat, 3 doubles in one breath by a rookie in WNBA history. Take a moment to absorb that. Pros with years of experience appear like freshmen when she's on the clock. This roller coaster, though, is about to take some surprising twists and turns. Recall that I mentioned earlier that her albums weren't exactly boast-worthy? Well, Clark established yet another record in her maiden game for the WNBA. The most turnovers in a debut. 10 turnovers are at issue here. Oh no. It went on from there. Her total for the first 3 games was 21 turnovers. The books have yet another less than stellar record, similar like observing a superhero as they come into their own. They have superpowers, but they are still learning to master them. Now things start to become interesting. Having natural talent isn't Clark's only strategy. She's taking everything in, making adjustments, and diving right in. What about the WNBA's physical aspect? This is completely different. Making split-second judgments while under extreme time constraints, that is a skill that even the best players need to develop. Clark also understands she has no illusions about her ability to suddenly dominate the league. As she puts it, I know the outside world thinks I'm gonna do some amazing things, but that might take some time. From a rookie who is already shattering records at an alarming rate, that is some serious talk.
In regards to Clark, starting with WNBA legend Cheryl Swoops herself.
When I think about Caitlin Clark, the operative word that comes to my mind is gratitude. There's an incredible level of gratitude that should be accorded to this young lady with what she did for the sport. I look at it from that standpoint and I say mad respect. Are there other players in the WNBA that are better? Yes.
Clark makes an unprecedented move in professional sports right when you thought she couldn't get any more spectacular. Why did her attempts to aid her opponents escalate the WNBA drama even further? Attempts by Caitlin Clark to increase her opponent's salaries are as unbelievable as they sound. Yes, that's correct. This rookie is attempting to alter the game off the court as much as she is on it, setting records both ways. Now imagine that venues are suddenly packed the moment Clark appears. With 34,715 spectators, the Indiana Fever broke the record for most home games ever in a single season. What on earth? It is all due of her, Clark knows, but she doesn't sit on her laurels. She does something crazy instead. Listen up. Clark approaches the WNBA and requests that they compensate the players on the away squad with bonuses. I don't know who does that. WNBA President Allison Barber went so far as to say, Caitlin Clark asked the WNBA if they would pay spot bonuses to the away team players. Everyone, that is the official word. But now things start to become complicated. The WNBA dismantled it. A reference to the CBA was made in their denial of the request. Moreover, did you hear? Some gamers were even more irritated by that. Just picture yourself attempting to aid your opponents and having everyone turn on you because of it. Clark was in that exact predicament. Why would Clark do this? Is a natural question to ask. Here we go. It's easy. This isn't an individual event for her. She is striving to improve the league as a whole. She demonstrates leadership thinking, not that of a hotshot rookie, even if the plan fails. Put it in your mind. Clark has only just begun her career in the WNBA, but she is already advocating for a reform in player compensation. That's not how a newbie acts. Attempting to blend in is the goal of most newcomers, but Clark? Over here, she's attempting to change the league. However, the most shocking part is that this action discloses a great deal about Clark's personality. What does she do while drawing in huge audiences and shattering records at every turn? Her goal is to redistribute the fortune. That's leadership, not merely talent. Clark's daring effort to aid her teammates didn't exactly endear her to everyone. The truth is that it may have made her an easy target. When you're just starting out, how does one handle the pressure to perform well against the league's established stars?
Where all the people that own Stephen A? Oh, she don't do this. She not gonna do that. Let her cook.
As close as we'll probably ever get to Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan all over again. About what happened to Caitlin Clark. They'll be back in playoff action tomorrow against the Connecticut Sun in an elimination game.
There was a whole new WNBA before Clark showed up. Everyone knew their role, and you had your famous players and your ferocious rivals. But as soon as Clark gets onto the court, everything changes. There is a complete shift in everything. Some of those seasoned pros, she's not just good, she's rewriting the playbook. Their reaction is one of disapproval. But think about this. You fought for every piece of recognition in the league for years. Then this inexperienced woman appears, and everyone can't stop talking about her. Clark seems to be taking center stage, which is making some veterans very angry. Their treatment of her is going beyond the cold shoulder. It's a complete and utter freeze out. However, why is that? Even while Clark's figures are absolutely mind-blowing, that's not all that matters. The focus is on the admiration she is receiving. The admirers trail behind her wherever she goes. Her fame has captivated the media. That must hurt for those players who have been grinding for a long time. Now imagine yourself as Clark. You're living the WNBA dream after graduating from college, but all of a sudden, you're some of your idol's worst nightmare. That must be mentally taxing for you, doesn't it? The insane thing is that Clark is refusing to back down. You'd think she'd be thrown off her game by all this drama, but nope. Clark continues to put up those mind-blowing figures night after night. She's attracting a multitude of fans to the games. She handles the pressure like a veteran, as if she's got ice in her veins. This is much more than simply numbers, though. It's clear that Clark possesses leadership abilities that beyond her years. Keep in mind that bonus item. Despite the failure, it demonstrates her ability to see the broader view. She intends to help the entire league, not simply herself. For some, that is the same thing that is irritating them. Clark's not a one-hit wonder. There's no going back now that she's changed the game. Caitlin Clark is undoubtedly the WNBA's future, even though some veterans may not approve. So after this, Clark, despite the many obstacles she has encountered, she has shown no signs of relenting, still honing her skills and standing up for her teammates.